welcome to this second episode here in the Advent time. My name is Kia and I'm coming to you from a super gloomy rainy day here in Sweden. Yes, I was so both lucky and unlucky to be able to record this episode today, because the reason I am able to record is that I got a really bad cold this week. I was a little bit coughing the previous episode and it turned out to be worse. I'm still not 100% well, but there will be a lot of coughing cuts in this episode. But it turned out to be fever and with a lot of coughing, and also it turned out to be a bad cold. Let's just say that. So there was a lot of knitting and crafting time this week, so that's why I thought that why not take the chance to record an episode today. And hopefully I will be back at work next week, so there will be no time to record. And I have been a little bit busy this week doing a lot of crafting, so there is a little things to show here today. And we can start with talking about what I am wearing today. There is a little bit warmer weather outside, so I just took on a linen dress and a shawl. I have been wearing big woolly sweaters indoors as well, but now there is plus temperatures and I thought a shawl would be just perfect. It is a Swedish design called Sjöfrun, and it's from it's a free pattern from Ciasbod. The designer is Ivar Asplund, the Swedish man. And it's a really nice shawl, very long. You start in one end here by casting on, and then you knit a lot of a lot of rows back and forward. But it keeps you interested with these holes you make in it, and So in the back there is a square as well, a triangular in the neck. Really love it. It's I had a cone of a red yarn, and I held it together with a mohair, so it got it's really soft and fluffy, really nice. It was one of those cones that had a lot of spinning oil in it, so it had a smell in the beginning, but I think I have been washing it a couple of times and I got rid of the worst smelling. So that's good. But it's a nice shawl, and it's December and Advent time, and I wanted to bring out something red for this episode. Okay, that's what I'm wearing. I will be linking on my website ciasbod.se. I will put up links with this episode, and I will link to this. It's a free pattern, as I said, and it's I think it's translated. All Ciasbod's newest patterns are translated into a lot of languages, so and also free. So I will link to this, and it's a really nice one. It also had a nice edge on this side, so it's both interesting here with this lace and also with this nice edge here. So nice shawl, knitted a couple of years ago, and I wear it indoors. It's not so much outdoors for me, but indoors like this. Okay, my advent calendars. I have a spinning calendar, a fiber calendar, and as you can see here, I talked about this in the first episode, that I will be spinning 2 days on each spindle. And the first days was on my Björn Peck my birch Björn Peck spindle. Looks like this, really beautiful. Day 3 and 4 is also Björn Peck spindle, and it is walnut. And this one has a nice detail in under with the coin. So they are my first, actually my first from Björn Peck was this. Really, really nice. It's a really good bowl to spin. I think he has some kind of, I don't know, emal or something to make them so good. They spin perfect. I use this one a lot for my other spindles as well. So that's the 4 first days, and day 5 and 6 I have been spinning on this one, and it's also a Swedish spindle maker, not as fancy as Björn Peck, but still I think it's a very, very good. It has a metal tip, a breast tip, you call it, something like that. And I like that it's a bit heavy here in the bottom, and yeah, it spins good. So that's day 5 and day 6. And today I have this. It's the same maker for this spindle, Mats Karlsson. And yeah, started to spin today's little package, day 7, and it was very, very yellow and pink. And I do like this. I split the fiber in 2 and I spin them. So now I started on the yellow and I will spin up to the pink, and then I will continue with the yellow and spin to the pink. Because I haven't decided if I shall ply this with something else or if I shall ply it with each other. In that case they will be plied like this. Otherwise I will ply them perhaps with the white or with something else, and they can come in top of each other. So I just divide them in 2 when I spin. So that's nice. So my day 7 is on the go here. So that's my spinning calendar, and my knitting calendar. I showed you previous episode that I am putting together in bags a chart from a card like this, and together with a Holst yarn. I had small Holst yarn skeins that I placed in a bag together with the card, and I have been knitting every day one chart and combining with different colors here. And today, oh no, this is actually yesterday. I have still got a little bit to do from yesterday's chart. It was a long chart, a big chart, and also a lot of long floats, so I had to catch the yarn and keep counting. It's like 16 from the same colors in some places, so it's a lot of counting. And in Sweden we had it's like a crim story, and it was a new movie that got released yesterday. So last night we were watching that Beck, the new film that they released. So I couldn't really focus on counting and keeping track of all the numbers here. So I had to knit on something more simple. But that was really nice to see the new movie from Beck. And I can do this later today. I have today off, so I can keep on working on this one. And I'm really curious to see how the Holst yarn will behave as I will wash them. I have heard so many good things about Holst. Not quite sure what I think. It's not a very pleasant knit, I must say. It's very, very loose gauge, and I'm not sure. It doesn't give you the satisfaction of creating something beautiful immediately, but everybody says it will be lovely after blocking, so I am hoping for that. But yeah, single strand of Holst yarn, knitting in color work, and 1 strand every day. So we shall see. I will keep on knitting. So that is that. I also had one more crafty calendar, and it's not knitting and it's not spinning. Yes, my puzzle, my jigsaw puzzle is coming along, and as you could see, yeah, the first row is now done and day 7 is on the go. So I'm up to date with my puzzling as well. Really perfect doing as I am drinking my morning coffee by the breakfast table. So that's really, really nice. Yeah, and other than the advent calendars, I also put up goals for myself to complete some projects here in December. And the first goal was a black slipover that I am making. And yeah, you knit it back and forward like this until you come up to the sleeves. And then you separate and you start to knit back and forward. And it's a lot of challenges. It's black, it's texture. So in the chart, the dots that are pearls in the chart is knit stitches from the back. So you have to reverse it in the head. And also after doing this shaping, there is you are not in the same place in the chart on both sides, and it's not from the beginning, it's in the middle of the chart on both places, so it's really hard to concentrate, and I am trying really hard to make 1 repetition of the chart every day so I can come to an end with this. And I'm not sure, I think I'm very much off gauge, because this is 3 repetitions, and it says 7, and I am now, I think 1 more is definitely enough. So 1 more for the back piece, and then I can start with the front piece. So I think I will be good. It wasn't finished the first week, but I have been working a bit on the projects that are in the weeks to come. So I think I will have 3 more weeks for this one to work on. So I think I will be good with that. But it's really, really hard, and I will never again knit something like that. I promise myself I will never do it again. Yeah, but something I have been doing and have been enjoying is knitting my small projects here. Finishing the beautiful socks that I was making in hand-dyed yarn from a local dyer here. So these socks were my week 2 challenge, but they were mindless and they were easy to knit on, and I gladly knitted them and finished them. And look at the beautiful color shiftings in that yarn. Really, really lovely. It's Saving Seeds is the color, the name of the color, and this one was Burnt Umber. And the dyer is Emily Linitz, and yeah, she's from the same village as I am. Really beautiful socks, and I'm glad they are done, because that gave me one more week with the Slipover. Really nice, love them, really love the colors. 64 stitches, 2.25mm needles, and yeah, just doing the heel, flap and gusset, and toe with a Kitchener stitch in the top here. I save 8 stitches and then I sew them together. Just something flat in the end here. Yeah, really love this, and they are now completed. Really nice. And the mittens. I had so many worries with this, but as you can understand, this made the Slipover made this one seem easy. So after struggling a lot with that Slipover, I just decided that no, just not to feel like I had to feel like I could complete something. I just took out YouTube and decided to cast on for the second mitten now and just do it. And I knew it would be easy. After casting on, there was no more trouble. So they are casted on with this like-sided cast on, and then you knit this rillor, we call it, and after that it's just the stockinette. And on this mitten you have this lifeline thumb, really nice. And yeah, then it's just to knit until you're happy with the length and bind off. Really nice. Also a free pattern from Ciasbod. And this yarn is Swedish wool 4-ply, so it's quite a thick yarn. And yeah, I really love my new mittens, and they go well. They are a perfect December mitten, I must say. Perhaps they will be Christmas gifts, I'm not sure. Sometimes when I casted this on, I was a little bit worried, because in the pattern it said around 100 grams for a pair of mittens. So I was a little bit unsure. Will they last? Will the skein last for this? And they definitely did. Of course you can't really say, because you don't really know the size of the people who will knit. But I think I had like 10 or 15 grams left. It was quite a ball like this. So 100 grams was enough for a pair of mittens for me. I also want to show you this cute hanger. My father and mother-in-law, they had it over the wood stove in their summer house. And it's so cute. They hang their wet, you know, the gloves when you have been out playing in the snow or it has been raining. So they hanged it like this and over the stove, and it got dry really quick. So I thought it was nice. Just some metal holes like that, and just putting a string, and the string got through the hole in the wood the hanger like this. So no, really smart construction, I must say. And we have it also over the wood stove. So after blocking this, I hang them over the wood stove. Okay, only one project left to have a look at on my weekly challenges, because I have actually knitted on, this was week 3. So week 2, week 3 and week 4 are almost done. So there is only the Slipover left, I must say. the last time I showed you this one, I had binded off the first sleeve quite soon after recording. I binded off the second sleeve. And last night when we were watching the movie, I knitted the 3 last repetitions here of the color work, these 3. And as you can see here on the last one, the light brown, I was out of the light brown, and it was only the darker brown for the last colorway here. And now there is the dark brown and this brighter color for the corrugated rib. So I have changed from 4mm needles to 3.5 here, and I'm now making this sweater. It's the last bit of this garment, and I think I did really well by blending in that dark brown. It's just the last row here that's only with the dark, and it will be nice. It will be the corrugated rib here in the end, and then I am done with this one as well. So that feels really, really well. Only handspun yarn, really, really love it. So, after finishing off almost all my plans, just a black slipover that is really a bad conscience for me. It's something that's bugging me, but I think I will make it work until Christmas. So it sort of felt like I had a little opening for casting on something new, and I was watching a Swedish podcast, and she had been exchanging advent calendars with someone. I don't know, I think she was asking in the podcast if somebody wanted to just, swatch some sock yarns for advent calendar, and she casted on for a super cute little pair of socks. And I was really, really inspired, of course, because I also have a lot of small pieces of sock yarns. This is both scraps, leftovers from knitting socks, but it's also minis that I have been buying and never got around to knitting from. So I decided to pick out 24 colors and then cast on for a pair of socks. I think I have the space for for making a pair of stripy advent socks. It's same here. I casted on 64 stitches and knitting 5. I think I did 12 rows here with the ribbing, and then knitting 5 rounds on each color. And I found a little tomte, a little gnome as a stitch marker, and I thought it was appropriate for this advent sock. So today I choose this quite vibrant blue as the color. They have been quite soft colors, the other ones here, but I think it's time to blend in a vibrant color once and again, sometimes. And this is the side where I have been, these are the colors I have been using, and I have decided that after that vibrant blue there will be this caramel brown. It's a brown with speckles in, and it's also Emily knits. It's the same it's the same hand dyer that from the knitted socks that I made now. So I have had some minis from her as well. So that one will be for tomorrow. And there was a question. We had an online knitting, I don't know what you call it, knitting group online. And there was a question if I will make the second sock the same or if I will make it different. But knowing me, I think I will make it the same. And I think perhaps it depends on how many stripes I will use for this sock. If there is 24 stripes on one sock, there will be a similar sock, I'm sure. But if it's not if it's an uneven number here, not not adding up to 24, I'm not quite sure. We shall see. I'm tempted to just cast on the second sock and knit it side by side. That would be something, perhaps. We shall see. But this is also super fun. How can this be so much fun? It's like going to the candy store and just picking out, you know, when you can pick one of these and one of these, and yeah, putting it in your little candy bag. Really lovely. So I am enjoying this as well. It's not the advent calendar, but it's something that I can do like a mindless project in between. So really, really lovely. Are you doing this as well? Perhaps you are. Before December, I got the need to cast on a new project. I put it aside when December came. I never showed it on any podcast, but I started to knit on a t-shirt. It is the leaves. Perhaps I should hold it like this. It's a t-shirt with the leaves in the yoke. And you know, I have been knitting shawl and yeah, one triangular shawl and one rectangular shawl, and also some mitts and yeah, wrist warmers in this construction with the short row leaves. And now I found this beautiful t-shirt on Ravelry. I will link it. It's really, really nice. And I went up to my yarns, and for this project I wanted something really, really special. I wanted special yarns, not any yarn. And I have been gifted from a Knitter's World, and she is Bettina from Denmark. And some years ago she contacted me and asked me if she could send me a skein of her yarn. And I got this beautiful, beautiful rusty orange. And it has been, you know, that precious skein that you love it, but you don't know how to make it justice in a project. You want the perfect project for it. And it's superwash merino, 20% yak and 10% nylon. And the colorway is Veteran. Really lovely blend, and she is really, really talented. So I went up to my yarn stash and I found something that my friend Emma Garnbyrån has dyed a couple of years ago, many years ago I think, because I was gifted this one from her when she was cleaning out her yarn as she does sometimes, and I thought that these two will make the perfect pair for this sweater. And I have started, and this was so much fun. You start and you knit the yoke, you cast on here for a provisional cast on in the end, and then you knit like this, back and forward, and in the end you will have something. You will have something like this, a beautiful, beautiful t-shirt. I will be very careful to not knit too much, because I don't want it bubbly. It will be, I want it to be, you know, stretching out and laying nicely in the yoke. And after making a round yoke, you pick up stitches around here for the body, and you leave open for the sleeves. So it's a clever construction, I must say. In the pattern it says to knit stockinette here. I think it would be an effect to knit it also in this, you know, it will make me knit purl stitches every second row, but maybe it's worth it, I'm not sure. Wouldn't it be nice to have the same texture on the yoke as on the body? Tell me in the comments if you think something. But yeah, this is actually, it doesn't look like it, but it's mindless. I have learned this pattern by head now, so I just have to remember the order of the leaves and I can knit it without looking. So it's a mindless project, and I think after finishing the ribbing on my handspun sweater, this will be one of the sweaters. It's not that it has to be done for Christmas, not at all, but it's one of the projects, you know, you can pick up and just knit some rows on. Really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to start to working on this again. It feels like a relief, you know, when you can take away 4 projects from your ongoing list, and yeah, I can now work on this one again. So this will be really, really nice. So a lot of plans, things are changing, and things are coming in, new things, and yeah, that's really lovely. And thank you so much for all your lovely comments after my previous episode. I'm really glad that you are here and that you are watching and commenting, hit thumbs up and subscribe and everything. And I will end this podcast by continuing to spin on my supported spindle, and we shall see if I can make one more episode in December. Otherwise, we shall see you when we see you. Bye bye.